What's interesting to me about people looking at Trump and wondering how he acts, if you read his books, the playbook is there. Like when he's talked about this, how he negotiates in business in the books that he has written, The Art of the Comeback, The Art of the Deal, all these books, he talks about how he tries to get people to the table, he cajoles them, and then if he can, I mean, it's just, this is his style, decades long, how he talked about what he does in business played out on the international diplomatic stage. So my guess is, I continue to be amazed by how poorly Putin is playing this. I think after last night and with the talks that are going on today, because Lavrov is probably a bigger word salad. I mean, he is the Kamala Harris equivalent in Russian. So I would imagine that Rubio reports back. They didn't make any commitments. They're not doing anything. I think they're going to force Trump's hand. He is going to go further in the next few days, and whether it's to bring him to the negotiating table or to inflict a little bit more pain. I think they've given him no choice.
But I
Uh,
think, though, as much as you talk about this being Trump's, history, this has also been the last 7 months Putin's history, and that's the rub. I just no one in the world. Putin's undefeated in the long run. No one has been able to contain him. Nobody.
yeah.
Well, I think Trump constantly looks back on the first 4 years and said, "Hey, I did it. Whatever that was, whatever." Well,
He did.
for the
He
first
didn't. He
time,
did. He didn't take an inch of land.
didn't take it
Well,
into.
but did he? I mean, so this is the rub. Did he use the good terms he had with Trump to prepare to do something if and when Trump left? No, and I'm not saying it's Trump's
We don't.
fault.
We
But
don't.
again, in the
we-
long run, Putin's undefeated.
yeah.
Yeah, but
That's the
that's like
problem.
peace through
Let,
strength.
let,
As long
let,
as you
since
keep.
since Putin took office, and same with Xi, figuring out how to get leverage has been the challenge for every president, and none of them have figured it out. Trump, however, has tried a different strategy. May not work, but he's tried something different than the presidents around him. A superficial exit question: will this war be going on Thanksgiving?
Of this year.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sean.
In some fashion, yes.
Okay. Britain and France, the Love Summit, what is it called? The Eurostar, the Eurostar Summit. Macron and Sturmer concludes today, and the New York Times headline or Politico headline says it all. Macron pitches Starmer on new special relationship as leaders strike defense deals. Long communique about coordination on all manner of national security, including their nuclear capabilities. They obviously don't have the firepower of the United States, but Sean, is it possible that pertaining to NATO and pertaining to Ukraine most immediately, that those two guys could step up, unlike any post Cold War European leaders we've seen, to have an alliance that could actually be meaningful in taking pressure off the United States?
Well, yeah, but it's like anything else. It's a very positive step in the right direction. So whether they're there today, I don't think so. But it shows that they're actually finally stepping up and taking responsibility for their own defenses in their own backyard. This is a positive development because it's like the Abraham Accords to some degree in a obviously a very different region. But the idea is, hey, we finally are looking out for our self-interest, our region, and taking care of ourselves instead of having the United States having to play the role of daddy all the time. So I think this is positive. I hope that it leads to other countries part of the alliance, or at least cajoling them into that direction. But I think we should look at this as a very positive sign.
Dan.
Totally agree with them. I mean, Trump deserves credit for this. You got to walk before you run. It's a great first step. Be curious if Germany kind of somehow, enters into this as well. But
I was gonna say that. The
Yeah.
funny part is what you don't want, and I know this is totally weird, but if you think about it domestically, for a while you had the Republican Study Committee in the House was started off as this bedrock principled conservative thing. Newt Gingrich started as the Opportunity Society. And then what happened is everyone wanted to join it because they wanted some bona fides. And literally, I think 2/3 of the Republican conference are now members of it. The
Right.
Freedom Caucus came in and said, all right, we're actually going to be invite only. We're going to be like 20 members and we're going to be, theoretically rock solid. The problem with allowing more countries into this is that you can't have it be NATO light. You can't have it be a bunch of countries that want to say we're going to step up for our national defense, but we're really not going to do much. So I think that this can work only if Starmer and Macron agree that there's got to be real teeth to whatever commitment you're willing to make to your capabilities.